Good morning, all. Welcome to the October 21st meeting of the Town of Hempstead IDA and LDC meeting. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. I want to confirm the presence of a quorum, which is wonderful. Thank you very much. And any public comment on any of the listed agenda items? Okay, then. So first up is village business for the Village of Freeport. The item is the termination of NBD Holding, 435 Woodcliff Avenue, Freeport. This is for discussion. Anybody here for that topic?
You received a letter that's in your packet. Financing and construction that they're going to withdraw now and come back to us at a new opportunity at the time.
So process and policy-wise, it stays in effect until they come back to us? Okay. Okay. Comment from the board, anything at all? There's nothing to vote on, just a discussion? Okay, no worries, thank you. Thank you. Village of Hempstead, presentation and consideration of an inducement resolution for 160 Marvin Avenue Realty, 167 Marvin Avenue, Hempstead. Please approach, identify yourself, and if representing, who your client might be.
I think it's on.
It's on.
It's live. Good morning, Mr. Chairman and members of the Town of Hempstead Industrial Development Agency. John Anzalone for Harris Beach, Mertha, Kalina, PLC, located at 333 Earl Ovington Boulevard, Suite 901, Uniondale, New York, 11553, attorneys for the applicant. We thank you for the opportunity to make this presentation to you today. I'm here with respect to 160 Marvin Avenue Realty LLC's application for pilot, sales and use tax and mortgage reporting tax exemption benefits associated with its proposed multifamily housing project. With me this morning, we have Danielle Mora, who is a representative of the applicant, who coordinated all the applications to the Town of Hempstead. At this time, I would like Danielle to bring to the board copies of the renderings and site plans that were approved by the village, just for the board's records. The lot is proposed to be located at 130 Marvin Avenue in the village, which is located in the Village Residence B district, which permits the development as of right. The site was split off from 160 Marvin Avenue, which is the Village of Hempstead American Legion Hall, which acquired the property in 1936. By virtue of the Legion's ownership, the property has been off the tax rolls. The project site itself is 44,807 square feet and historically served as an overflow parking area for the Legion. In February of this year, the applicant purchased the property. Turning to the development, the Village of Hempstead Planning Board has approved a 36 rental apartment building at this site. The first floor of the building is for ground level parking. On the second and third floors will be 8 two-bedroom units and 10 single-bedroom units each. In accordance with the UTEP, there will be 10% set aside for affordability and, of course, workforce as well. In addition to these Village and Town of Hempstead IDA imposed requirements for affordability, the project is being constructed through New York State's Housing and Community Renewal's Small Building Participation Loan Program funding. This funding is restricted to affordable housing units between 5 to 40 units and are located outside of the city of New York. Here we note that the 21-bedroom units are projected to be rented on average at $2,600 a unit.
What's the number?
$2,600 a unit.
Thank you.
80% of AMI for Nassau and Suffolk for a single person with a 30% allocation to housing costs results in a monthly rent of $2,639 for a one-bedroom unit. In other words, all the single-bedroom units are effectively affordable housing, for which there's a well-documented need in the county and the village. Further, the 16 two-bedroom units are proposed for rent on average of $3,400 a unit. 100% of AMI for background for a family of 3 is $148,000 and $400. With a 30% multiplier, rent should be $3,463.50. Accordingly, the 2-bedroom units will all be within workforce standards as well. The development is depicted in the engineering and architectural plans that are submitted. If the board would like, Danielle Moore is very happy and willing to walk the board through it, if the board would so desire.
Before you do that, it's Attorney Anzalone, right?
Yes, it is, sir.
Thank you. Folks, any comments? I have a few questions, but any comments? So you said a 10% set aside, Attorney?
Yes.
And what are the chances of a preferential marketing effort for veterans?
I could certainly ask the client that. I don't think there would be any objection to it.
But maybe a best efforts type of view? I know our
We
areas.
also have to make sure it doesn't run afoul of our lender, because we have the special lending requirement.
If so many of those are affordable, I think having a preferential look-see, it's my own perspective, if the board chooses to support or whatever, but can we make that request?
You can make the request. We'll certainly look into it, and I will confirm, obviously, before the board comes back for an actual inducement resolution, which obviously would be required
Great.
separately.
Comments from the board? Before, ma'am, you want to go speak?
Danielle?
We don't entertain the best efforts.
Okay,
It's either in
or it's out. Gotcha. Okay, so, all right. Comments from the board? Staff? Comments? Support? Village trustees? Hempstead? Comments? Sir, please approach. Thank you, Attorney.
William Miller, 46 Surrey Lane, Hempstead, New York. Okay, we'll try. Just a quick question. How many parking spots do you have? And is the space around, and this, I've never seen this before, is around for the building or for the American?
Please. Thank you for your question. Just to summarize, I had a hard time hearing you. You were asking how many parking spots? Gotcha, thank you.
Good morning, my name is Daniela Mora. I work for 160 Marvin Realty LLC. For the question, so we have 57 spots designated to the building, which is as of right what the code requires. And there's some other parking spots for the Legion itself. We do have a common easement for the access to the parking, to the parking lot and to the underground, not underground, but, ground level parking underneath the building.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other comments from the board? Staff, any other comments? Can we make that request? Again, not a best efforts according to our friend Fred Parola, but how do we structure that if I want to make that request, subject to potentially of review by their bank? Okay.
Yeah, and then it obviously has to come back for an inducement anyway, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we can obviously have it addressed before that date.
Excellent, thank you, Attorney. So, folks on the board, can I get a motion to approve the consideration of inducement resolution for 160 Marvin Avenue Realty, 160 Marvin Avenue, Hempstead?
I'll make the motion.
Great, can I get a second? Those in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Have a good morning.
Thank you, and thanks for your investment in the town of Hempstead. I apologize. I thought I saw you draw that, yes. You did? You're all in, and may I, just for the record, could you repeat? All in favor, excellent, motion carries. Thank you, Attorney, for that clarification. I was gonna say, that's why you're here. New business, applications, transaction resolutions, and presentations. Consideration of an authorizing resolution for B2K Brooklyn, 8 Freer Street, sorry, Brooklyn, listen to me, Limbrook. It is Brooklyn spelled backwards, they say. B2, yeah, very dyslexic. B2K at Limbrook, 8 Freer Street, Limbrook, New York.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. Peter Curry, Farrell Fritz, 400 RXR Plaza, Uniondale, New York. I am here on behalf of B2K Lynbrook LLC with regard to this project at 8 Freer Street. It's a 4-story, approximately 90,000 square foot building with 124 assisted living units. I think we mentioned at the last meeting that the client is going to invest approximately $6.25 million into renovating and upgrading the facility, extensive improvements. It is also, at this time, currently a market rate property. It is going to set aside 20% of all the residential units for persons whose income is 80% or less than AMI. It will also covenant to 68 full-time jobs at the project. At this time, I'm looking for an authorizing resolution.
Excellent, thank you. Comments, questions from the board after your
I'll
review?
make a comment. Just want to go on the record to say that B2K has done the right thing in the past regarding using local labor, and appreciate making that effort.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Jack. Staff, questions, comments?
We had a hearing, the hearing went very well, no one in opposition, in general, in the village was much in favor.
Excellent. Okay, can I get a motion to approve the inducement resolution, the authorizing resolution for B2K at Lynbrook, 8 Freer Street, Lynbrook, New York?
So
I'll make a mo-
Great, can I get a second?
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you, attorney,
Thank you.
and staff, and
Have a good
team.
day.
Next up, consideration of a tenant consent for Valley Stream Green Acres, AT&T 2034 Green Acres Mall, Valley Stream.
A small 1,200 square foot addition to the mall, obviously AT&T, they're selling phones and doing their thing. We think it's a fine project and commend it to the board.
Excellent. Okay, great. Thank you, Fred. And board, any comments, questions? Excellent. Can I get a motion to have a consideration of a tenant consent for Valley Stream Green Acres, AT&T? Jerry makes the motion. Can I get a second? Great. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Thanks, folks. New business, our CEO report.
Really just additions in terms of updating and nothing that really came into attention per se.
Okay, and that report's on file. Excellent. Old business, unless there's anything else. Update on employment numbers from OLSL, FCD, I'm not sure what all that stands for, Lynbrook, Atria Senior Living, Dover Freeport, Parabit Realty, Harris Beach, 50 Clinton, and Gabrielli Inwood.
Back when we did the reporting, hello everyone.
Hi, good morning.
You had asked for an update on some of the employment shortfalls, so I reached out to the companies and got some information. I can just run through
Please.
what their current employees are.
Also, before you do that, just what expected and what current is, so we know if they
Okay,
hit the mark.
So OLSL Lynbrook, which is Atria Senior Living, they were required to retain 65.5, and they reported for 2024, 54.5, but they're currently at 67.
They're currently
At 67, so they've exceeded
excellent,
their employment.
terrific.
Dover Freeport is a little bit of an odd case because they're a mostly seasonal employer, and their requirement was 127, and in 2024 they reported 93. But what we have to do is we have to take an average of the 4 quarters of employment that they report to New York State. They did give us an average right now of 126.5, which is right at their mark. So I don't know what will happen by the end of the year, if they'll fall short again, but
Okay,
they certainly have enough employees during the season when they're active.
so the rolling average, they're at or just ahead.
Right.
Thank you. Parabit?
Parabit was required to have 70 employees, and they're currently at 69. They reported 63 in 2024, so they've caught up as well.
Great.
Then we moved to Harris Beach, 50 Clinton. That building has a lot of problems, so they're required to have 450 employees,
How many?
450. They currently have 225. I'm sorry, in 2024, they reported 225, and they currently reported 235.5. So
Okay, then.
that's that. Gabrielli Inwood, which is a trucking company, was required to have 50 employees. They reported 20 in 2024, and they currently have 28.
Okay.
And they've had a shortfall since 2020.
Okay. For purposes of just brief discussion, staff, comments about this, do we go back and we talk to them about the who, what, where, and why for those shortfalls?
So Gabrielli has been contacting us, and we've been communicating with them. I think staff's opinion is that they have made a legitimate attempt to get to the number of employees they are required to have on board. Much of their problem is finding employees who satisfy the trucking industry, I guess, driving, et cetera, et cetera. So they've had great difficulty in doing that. But in our opinion, even though they're short, they are using due diligence to comply.
Okay. And the other question I have, and by the way, board, any questions on this, feel free. The Harris Beach 50 Clinton, they're like half off, right? 450 and they're at 225, rough?
You know, we know the history here. The building is in sorry shape. I guess that's a fair allusion. And we are dealing with it month to month. We probably should call the monitor or whoever's overseeing, if he will visit us and give us an update next month.
That would be an awesome.
troubling.
It's a wonderful suggestion, and you'll ask them or him to come? Thank you. Comment from Jerry
I have
here.
a question, Fred. So, in terms of the trucking industry, is that they can't find CDL drivers? Is that what it is? Okay, so,
That's been much of the problem. If you have anybody, send
yeah,
them off
no,
on
I
Thursday.
want to just mention this. So, the county executive and myself are supporting a project at the college called Rebound on the Road, where they're training CDL drivers to get licenses, and we just graduated in the last cohort 14 students who are already have jobs. They already got jobs from Price Finders, what's the one by Waste Management Company, and a few others. So it's a special program run by a gentleman named Jason Williams, who is a former NBA basketball player who unfortunately did a little time due to a accidental shooting of his chauffeur, and he is training ex-convicts not only in CDL, but there's a religious component to it, there's a mental health component to it, and he's being supported by the county and the college. So if they want to get in touch, I'm doing his PR work for him. So if they want to get in touch with me, and I met with them before, the trucking company. So if they're interested, you know, every 8 weeks we're graduating 14, 15 people.
Can you, after the end of this meeting,
Yeah,
get
if you give me the
contact
number,
information?
Jerry, we'll send it on to Gabrielli.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
And also, I'd like to impress upon them, we know there's a shortfall, we get it, but there's opportunities to fill that void. Thank you, Jerry, it's great
No
news.
problem.
I read about that in the paper.
Yeah,
That's
no.
great, thank you. Any other comments? Okay, Arlen, thanks for your report, much appreciated. Any further comment about that? Reading and approval of minutes of previous meetings, consideration and adoption of the minutes, September 16, 2025.
Yeah, I move that we waive the reading of the previous minutes and adopt the minutes from September 16th, 2025.
I second.
Oh, sorry.
Aye.
Aye.
Those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Excellent. Anybody abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you. Rep. Report of the treasurer. Financial statements and expenditure list, September 10, 2025 to October 14, 2025.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I want to say, I want to commend the board for doing the staff for doing a great job. All looks in place, no issues, September 10th, 2025 through October 14, 2025. Great job.
Excellent. Consideration of the 2026 budget. Comments from staff? Do we need to, for the record, authorize and adopt? Excellent. So, any comments from the board about that consideration of that budget? So can I get a motion to approve the 2026 budget?
So moved.
Excellent. A second?
I second.
Excellent. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you for your diligence and hard work on that budget, Flora and team. Consideration of the 4-year financial plan. Same with the public comment? Nothing?
We did the 3%, obviously it's a shot in the dark, but it's been fairly consistent in terms of how close we come to the budget.
Understood. Great, thank you. Can I get a motion to adopt the 4-year financial plan?
I make a motion.
And a second? Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Again, staff, thanks for your hard work and diligence on those financial items. Committee updates, I gather there are none. There is no need, I understand, for an executive session. So may I get a motion, before we have any other comments from the board or staff? May I get a motion to adjourn?
I make the motion.
And a second? Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned of the October 21st IDA and monthly board meeting. Can we move right to the next one? Excellent. I want to call to order the October 21st Town of Hempstead Local Development Corporation, LDC, monthly meeting. Any announcements? Excellent. We have a quorum. Thank you very much. Any public comment? Seeing nobody in the public in person, we'll move on. Call to order and announcements. New business. I think we reviewed the details of this last month, but now we're going to make the move to, I guess, approve or not. Consideration and appointment of the procurement officer. All of our procurement needs. Excellent. Any comments from the board? A lot of procuring. No comments. Can I get a motion for the appointment of Mr. Fred Parola as our procurement officer? So moved. Excellent. Second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Congratulations, Mr. Parola. You're very well deserving. Thank you, sir. Consideration and adoption of the conflict of interest policy. No change. And also that, just for the record, that mirrors the IDA, correct? Excellent, thank you. Comments from the board? Can I get a motion?
Make the motion.
Excellent, second?
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? No. Motion carries. Consideration and adoption of the audit committee charter. Board comment? Staff comment? Excellent. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Excellent. Motion, second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Consideration adoption of the Finance Investment Committee Charter. Thank you. No further comments from the staff? Excellent. Beg your pardon? That's a very fitting comment to make, thank you. Any board comment? Always gotta make sure there's no comments or comments. Can I get a motion? May I get a second?
I'll second.
Excellent. Anybody, those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any, no comments? Motion carries. Consideration and adoption of the Governance Committee Charter. Let me guess, no change. Okay, thank you very much. Board comment? Thanks very much. Can I get a motion to accept the Governance Committee Charter?
So move.
Second?
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Abstentions? No, motion carries. Consideration and adoption of a property acquisition policy. We don't own any real property. Excellent, thank you. Can I get a motion to,
Not even the furniture? Nothing? Real property. Oh, I got you.
no vehicle? No vehicles, no real estate, excellent, thank you.
Pencils, pens.
Nothing. Can I get a motion to accept the consideration and adoption of the property acquisition
So moved.
policy? Can I get a second? Thank you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? No. Motion carries. Consideration and adoption of the fund balance policy. So we are following the letter in the spirit of the recommendation of the auditor, correct? Thank you. Excellent, thank you. Comments from the board? Can I get a motion to accept the consideration and adoption of the fund balance policy?
So moved.
Second? Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. Consideration and approval of the minutes of September 16, 2025. Anybody? Staff? Board? Any comments? There's no motion required there, right? It's only an approval? There's an approval, okay. Can I get a motion for the consideration and approval of the minutes of September 16? Spoken like a true lawyer. Thank you so much. Can I get a second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The report of the sorry, Michael, please.
I just want to make a quick comment because we talked about the auditors previously. So as you have probably noted, I had sent out an email a few weeks ago now that the LDC audit, the follow-up audit did commence with the state. They pretty much came back with what we thought they were going to come back with, just saying that they would like more description, more details in our, I guess, resolutions.
Okay.
The letter they sent back, though, was a little confusing because they had pinpointed that they would like us to track employment, which, per the statute, the LDC does not have to track employment. So I had sent a letter out. We had all joined in and wrote a letter to the state, to the auditors, and sent it back to them, and we received no response. The letter was in one of your previous emails, and it pretty much just said, we don't have to do that, but we will make changes to hopefully meet the request that you have, even though it's not binding.
Excellent. Thanks for that. Thank you. Thanks for the update. Report of the treasurer. Adoption of budget for 2026.
Same as Mr. Pearl had said prior, it's 3% each year. It's the same budget that you guys were presented with at the prior committees, and it did go for public comment with no public comment.
Excellent. Any board comment? Can I get a motion to accept the budget for 2026?
So move.
Second?
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any abstentions? Any non-approved? Motion carries. Adoption of the 4-year financial
Bless you.
plan.
This also mirrors the IDA in a sense that it goes out 3% every year as sort of a guesstimate that the state requires, even though we don't really know what's going to happen in 3 or 4 years, but we try.
Understood. Board comment? Can I get a motion to accept the 4-year financial plan?
So moved.
Great, a second? Thank you. Those in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Any abstention? Motion carries. Financial statements and expenditure list, September 10, 2025 to October 14, 2025.
Yeah, again, want to commend the staff for doing a great job as it relates to September 10, 2025, October 14, 2025. Great job.
Excellent. No further comment on that. Board, any committee updates? There are none. Unless the board or staff has further comment, I'd like to get a motion. I'll just pause for a second there.
I just wanted to say briefly that I attended the Montauk LIBDC conference. We received an award. Actually, the applicant received the award, but we were there as well for the Bridge View. And they attended, the Vitalis attended. It was a great event, and we did a lot of networking.
That's great. Awesome. Well done. And thanks for being there. Pending no further comments or questions, can I get a motion to adjourn the October 21st, 2025 Town of Hempstead LDC meeting?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Abstentions? Motion carries. Meeting adjourned. Great. Can I get a gavel, you think, maybe? That be? Well, where the heck is it, Michael? Michael, where is it? I love that thing with Jason Williams. And there's,